Hi, it's Elicia, and I'm here seeking truth today, and I'm going to share it with you. We're going to have other ladies over the summer going to be picking verses, and then they're going to be sharing it as well. Today I'm going to share with you Zephaniah 3:17. That may sound a little familiar because we did use it at the tea, but that verse meant a lot to me just because knowing that God sings over us. You know, if we talk about the beginning of Zephaniah, we know that God was going to be giving his judgment because people were being haughty and they were being rebellious. Sound familiar? But he did say that there would be a remnant that would be lowly and humble. You know, God wants our reverence, our respect. I'm going to read the verse to you and then we're going to talk a little bit about it, take a minute or two. So here's the verse. The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love for you. He will joy over you with singing. Isn't that wonderful? Doesn't it give you a warm fuzzy? It does me. So I want to tell you a little bit about this verse. In this verse, he tells us that there is joy and love. Don't we all need that? Absolutely. And I love this part. Hey, love, 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 right? I love this part that when he is singing over us, he tells us that he will sing over us with joy. Do you hear him sometime in the music? Do you sometimes feel his presence when the music is on? Well, I'm going to tell you about someone that actually saw him, and that's Mary Magdalene. We've been studying the women of Easter, and she was one of the women that we studied. But at this time, Jesus had risen, and she was at the tomb, and she was weeping, crying terribly because she, of course, missed her Lord. And she saw a man over to the side, and she thought he was a gardener, and she reaches out to him and says, "What have you done with my Lord?" Well, then he did something that made her realize who he was. He called her name, Mary. And she responded. Has he called your name? Have you felt his presence? Do you hear him in the midst of trials and tribulations? Maybe also in the midst of joy? I'm just going to leave you with those questions today. If there's anything we can do to help you or talk to you or share with you, because he has a purpose and a plan for each one of us. He wants a relationship. And he may call your name if he hasn't already. So if he's called your name, maybe it's for you now to be all in for Jesus. If he hasn't called your name, he loves you and he wants you. Think on that this week. I'll have a great week. See you later.